Alright, hello and welcome to Epic Interactions, where I am Juan Crespo, your Dungeon Master for the evening and afternoon, or evening. Where we have everybody, some guys and two girls now, where we get together, play some D&D, have some fun, enjoy the story that is laid out before us. Some announcements on what is going on and what is happening. There are some things in the work. We should, right now, be running pretty smoothly, hopefully, please, for the rest of the stream. We have a new system, new computer, so it should all just kind of run fluently now. If there's anything else, anything at all, please feel free to let us know in the chat. Talk to the players. They should be in the Twitch feed as well. We are still doing donations. Once we hit $50, we'll definitely be giving away a giveaway of a D&D starter kit to those that are active in the chat. So make sure you guys are following that and keeping updated with that, messaging us and having some fun. If you have any ideas on comments on characters or creatures that you would like to have the players go against, feel free to let me know, and we can find out based on the difficulty how we can kind of manage in that and what donations would be good for that. So also half the donations do go to the veterans. Ryan, if you wanted to talk more about that.
Yeah, so all of us have some time one way or another to the military, so 50% of any donation that we happen to receive is going to go to the VFW, and the other 50% will come to us to help out getting better equipment and doing giveaways and stuff like that, so please donate.
Alright, so is there anything else I could be missing? Last week, the past couple weeks of the episodes are on YouTube. I know I kind of slacked in that department. I apologize with that. But they are up, so you can go back and look at them, watch through, find out what happened in the past couple of weeks. I believe that is it. Some more information to come. We could possibly have some adventure coming in December, working on some things for a con, so we'll see how that kind of goes and see if maybe we can get into there. I think that's it. So with getting back into the story, last week Baltimore encountered another individual that believed in Marlesh and found that the former fallen paladin Roderick Forsyth has agreed to train him in the ways of paladin only if he found him another god or deity to follow, not being Marlesh. Could present an issue or not, depending on how Baltimore decides to take it. Cass finding out some information about her father and a note that was passed along by the captain, and also trying to find out whether or not to follow her dad or follow the information that was led in the letter. Rahun taking some difficult times in the past with losing some comrades and friendships. His bitch just getting drunk. However, last week you did do a lightning trial on another ship, finding out that Skyhaven is maybe not just one ship. Could very well be multiple ships, part of a fleet. And Atreya coming onto this ship to find out what exactly is going on and what her sister has sent her for, or why is she looking for her. With that information, she's also trying to find out whether or not some individuals of another race and types of friendships she can make to aid her in her quest on what exactly might be going on with her sister. We begin the story, or enter the story, where we last left off, where everyone was heading to the temple where a massive festival was happening. And everyone is out and about. You can smell the ale that has just constantly started to go in between each of the individuals there. The constant chanting and singing of the people and chatter around you as you guys all teleport in from your different areas, as you all make eye contact with one another and are heading into this area of festivities, and you're free to do whatever you wish.
What is the plan?
I'm gonna get drunk.
I thought that the captain
Drinks.
would be more
I go wherever I
receptive.
find the most drinks.
I thought the captain would be more receptive of our concern.
I agree. It kind of seemed like we were completely wasting her time. Like, didn't believe Rahun at all. So I think that we should stick with what we talked about earlier. Just kind of do our own investigation. But I think as of tonight, I'm just going to try to relax, enjoy myself, have some dinner, and drink some beer, ale.
What's that? Yes, because you are very well accustomed to the ale in which, is on the ship since you've been drinking it for the past
Week,
couple weeks. Yeah.
at least a week.
I'm gonna look for the second mate.
First Randall.
The first mate or second mate, whoever is actually there, like supervising the place. I figured Randall wasn't here because I checked earlier.
Make an investigation check. 15. So as you kind of are walking around, you have your ale, you're just picking up, enjoying your time with other people there. You notice that the captain, the first mate, Randall, who is still completely drunk, just kind of relaxing, moseying, just enjoying his time.
Alright, so he wasn't here earlier when we were first here trying to find the captain, but now he is. Correct? Okay.
And then you also see Jasmine there as well. And they're all seem to be a tight-knit hierarchy of officials, if you will. And you also see some other individuals also well dressed. Some of the merchant owners as well, as they kind of exclude themselves in their own area, just kind of enjoying each other's company. Not necessarily getting drunk, except for Randall, who is just completely gone. But all kind of talking amongst themselves, kind of talking about what is going on.
Grab, instead of just single glasses, the first actual bottle of wine or ale that I see that maybe a servant is carrying, and I'm going to just grab it off the tray, and I'm going to head straight to Randall and sit down next to him, and I'm going to start drinking that. Just out of the bottle. Just sitting down next to him, not saying anything.
Okay, so you just grab it some random patron. So you go to take it, and you're like, and you notice that you look back again, and from your blurred vision, as you kind of look back, you notice you decided to take a bottle from another beefy individual that also looks orcish.
Well, I was talking about a server or somebody who, are there workers or?
I asked you. You said a random individual.
Set yourself up.
And you just kind of looked
Sorry, mate. I go look for a different bottle to grab and take away from.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, throughout the process, people are just picking up and leaving stuff everywhere. It's not necessarily like,
Off a table, then.
Yeah.
I'll just pick up a big bottle, the
Sure.
biggest bottle I can
Eventually,
see.
you kind of pour them together to make somewhat of a bottle of some sort, and you make your way over.
Got it here now in my hand, and I'll just sit down next to him, and I'll just. That's it.
I'm gonna look for Zelos to see if he's around. He might be with his daughter, or he might actually be down here trying to take a break.
Okay. You also notice that based on Rahun's general direction and where he's going, you also notice that the merchant owners and stuff are also in that area. And you actually see Zalos. He's actually there enjoying the company. Not necessarily have a drink in hand, but...
Okay. I'm going to approach him and just try to have a friendly conversation with him, laid back. So I'll probably ask him about his daughter, see how she's doing, offer any help that I have that if he needs anything. that I'm there for him, you know, just like as a friend would to another friend, just sort of to build up on our friendship a little bit more.
So you're actually gonna make your way over as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you following?
No, I'm just kind of walking around. I'm gonna grab some food and tuck a little bit, like bread or something, and I might just kind of stick it in my robes or whatever, so I can give it to Corvus later.
Okay. Baltimore?
So I look over at Roderick and I just say, so when do we start training?
So he goes, tomorrow morning.
Where should I meet you?
On the main deck. We'll start there.
Okay. Then I will leave you to your own desires tonight, I guess. I'm gonna go reconvene with the rest of my group.
And as you guys go, as you leave, you notice he starts to down some more ale. Still starting to tear up a little bit due to the conversation that you had about his previous individual.
Right before I leave him, I just want to say, despite, whatever has happened in your past, I'm not going to continue to dive into that. Clearly, you don't want to relive any of it. But I do want to say that despite whatever your feelings are, it's good to know that I'm not the only one. And I just turn and I leave to go meet up with the rest of them.
Okay. So you start heading over, and as you two actually start coming up on the group of individuals, you start to hear some of the conversation. Talks about the ship, where exactly everybody's standing, if everybody's doing well in terms of trade and commerce. And as you come more closer, both of you, the captain kind of looks over to you two and he goes, yes, is there something else I can do for you?
The captain, the female captain?
Correct.
Rhea?
Yes.
No, I mean, I'm just coming over to say hello, actually talk with Zalos and see how he's doing, how his daughter's doing. You've been more than enough help for tonight. I just want you to enjoy yourself. I'm just looking to enjoy myself as well.
Well, very well, please. And Zalos looking over you, he goes, oh yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to come over and see how you were doing and wanted to check up on Helia and see how her condition is.
I'm doing okay. I believe that she's doing well. She should be sleeping or resting at this point. I can't thank you all enough for what you've done for my daughter. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to be able to help you. If there's anything you need, feel free to ask. Can I grab you something to drink, or how are you doing? Do you want any food? I can get it for you.
No, I'm okay. I have all that I need as of right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just leave you to your evening, and I'm just gonna, walk around, see if there's anyone else I recognize.
Okay, make a perception check. Okay. So you come into this group and you same question. She was kind of talking in general, and you notice that she walks over to Zalos as she starts to engage in conversation with him.
Just don't really want to cause any trouble. Just want to drink, sit down, be with somebody else who's drunk. That's all.
Very well. Feel free to sit down and enjoy yourself. We are all in good company and enjoying our ale and fine
I walk
wine.
past her as in the middle of what she's saying, just sipping on my drink.
Fine. And where do you end up sitting? You just walk.
I'm gonna sit next to the first mate, who's also completely drunk and out of it and stuff, and just sit next to him and the group of people, like the group of guys that he was around and stuff, and just.
Well,
listen.
he's around all of them.
Yeah, I'll just sit
Okay.
next to him and I'll just listen to what's conversing around me throughout the night.
Okay.
I got a 12 on my perception check.
12 on your perception check. As you're looking around, you've kind of gotten and gathered the priests and clergy of the different gods and whatnot, and how they've been kind of intertwining. Everybody's kind of found a sense of harmony in the way that they act. You notice that some clergies and other clergies actually find like a common ground to actually spend, like, like that deity should not be in the same vicinity as that deity.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to be in that.
Yeah.
Like you start to recognize this, and as you start to recognize more, you notice that there's some individuals have some sort of emblem, but it's not an emblem of a religion that you've ever seen before.
Okay. I'm curious, so I probably will maybe check out that situation, maybe try to start a conversation and sort of see what that means, what that stands for.
Okay. Cass, as you tuck away some stuff, you slowly come to find yourself sitting just kind of in the midst of everything, keeping your eyes and ears open, and just watching. You notice that Rahun kind of goes over and just starts drinking and relaxing with Randall, which you can kind of assume. However, the thought always kind of crosses your mind about, well, did Rahun lie? Baltimore, as you are walking in, and you notice, as you're walking in and you kind of go to reconvene with the group, you notice that Cass is sitting by herself in the middle of the temple area, just kind of in watching her surroundings. You notice that Rahun is drinking, partially drunk off to the side, with Randall and some of the other higher end people of the Skyhaven. And you also notice that Atreya is also walking in a direction just more into the party, not necessarily to anything.
And there's the area, like, I mean, it's the atmosphere is like very jovial, right? Like there's dancing, singing, or drinking, clearly. Correct. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I walk over to Cass. You said she's just sitting there by herself.
Yes.
Super lovely. All right, so I walked over to her, and I just. Do I notice? Does she have a drink at all?
Did you decide to pick up ale?
No. More food. Picking on the food. Making sure I had something to give to Corvus.
As I'm walking over there, I go to I go to any. As I make my way over there, I want to pick up 2 ales, like whether that's from like if there's people that are working there that are walking around with ales. Like I'm just gonna pick some up. I'm not gonna take them from somebody else. So I'll just grab 2 and I'll walk and I'll sit across from Cass and I'll go in front of her and drink or not, sure.
Thanks, Baltimore. Who was that you were talking to?
Hey, brother.
It's a really long story. Did you guys make out anything with the captain?
Actually not at all. She seemed a little annoyed, to be honest. I thought she would be a little more receptive to our concerns, especially if it was, a safety risk. But, I mean, she humored us and answered our questions, but she didn't really have much to say and said that the engineers on the boat, on the ship, should be taking care of it. So, no new answers. As I say that, I want to look around. Are there, like the wizard who I had talked to and the people that I know, like the wizards who harvest the lightning, are they here at the party? Like the people who I know would be in control of like the way the ship runs and all that, are they here?
You wouldn't necessarily have that knowledge. You know that the majority of the that Drazen's there. You know that Ray is there. You know that Randall's there. You know that the majority of the important people are here. You don't really know the extent of the wizardry or the amount of wizards that hold this ship up. You just know that based on however powerful the wizard may be, is associated to how many crystals they can hold.
Great.
That's all you know.
Can I make a perception or investigation check of anybody that's looking pretty suspicious here at the party?
You may make an insight check. And it's going to be a general. You're just doing a general, or are you trying to look for a specific person?
I'm looking through the whole party, seeing if anybody looks suspicious.
Okay, go ahead.
Or acting suspicious. You said insight?
Correct.
I got a 5.
5. Everyone looks like they're having a good time, man.
Awesome.
Like, people are drinking, dancing,
Cheers to that,
enjoying
then.
themselves, and you know what? You're gonna drink to that. You know
I
what I
am.
mean? You know what? I'm gonna drink to that.
Should I make a constitution check at any point?
No, you're good.
No, I'm good. So, okay, cool.
Yeah, whatever. At this point, as you're starting to get closer to this group of individuals, you also start to realize that you're getting pulled more away from the party than most people would. And then as you start to get closer, you notice that the robes that they have are not necessarily clergy robes. Almost look like, not necessarily wizard, but not necessarily clergy either. It's more of like a, why don't you make a investigation check for me?
You're about to tell me though, so.
I was. No?
Okay. Investigation.
To the extent of which this,
19.
19?
Nice.
You notice that these robes almost look to try and steer tension away from them.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Is there something that I've ever come across before? Something that I recognize? Or this is like brand new? I've never seen something like this before. So they're trying to take... Alright, so I guess am I starting to be worried? Like I'm looking at the individuals and yeah, their robes are something odd and different, and yes, I'm a little bit away, but looking around, I'm still at a party, there's a lot of people around, so is this like seeming to be an unsafe environment, or is this still just something I'm curious?
It's up to you on how your character would want.
Oh, well, the environment, looking around the environment, I think I'm just, I'm going to continue moving forward, and, as being a paladin myself and having my own deity, I just would be interested in getting to know other people and see who else is there. See if there's anybody, is there anybody there from, that has my deity? Somebody.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other people, more like clerics,
Okay.
but you know that they, based on the past week, that you've already know that they're back as a party. They're more towards the center of the party and where it's actually coming from.
Okay.
And they're the ones kind of just helping people out, just kind of distributing ale, maybe taking a cup of them, for
Okay.
themselves, but not necessarily like becoming a part of something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and investigate these people, and especially since something weird was happening with the tree earlier, I'm gonna go over there and just be cool and just be like, introduce myself and just say hello, the warm welcome.
Act natural.
Act natural. I'm gonna act cool. I don't think there's
Don't be
anything
weird.
weird. There's something weird going on.
My one
Everybody act
chance.
natural.
This is my one chance getting with the cool kids.
Yeah, basically.
Can't screw this up.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna approach and just, how many people are there?
There's 3.
There are 3, and male, female, races,
All male.
all male,
Human from what you can tell.
human from what I see. Okay. I'm just gonna approach and just like, hi, good evening, how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you.
Hi, my name is Atreya.
Oh, very well.
And
Trey,
you are?
please, grab a seat. We were just discussing really nothing.
How far away is she from me currently?
On the, like, opposite side.
Literally on
Like, you've probably lost sight of her.
Oh, okay, I have no
Yeah.
sight of her right
I mean,
now.
there's so many people in between.
Did I
you
see
and
a
her.
general direction of where she went? At least
I mean, yeah,
before
when
she
she
left?
walked away, like, you know, like, she went...
She was other side of the room
Yeah.
at least? Okay.
I'm just gonna make casual conversation. Just like, random person meeting random people. So how long have you guys been on the ship for?
They look at each other, how long have we been on the ship? About a month and a half.
Oh, wow. What brought you on the ship? You guys were just trying to get somewhere, or?
The way the ship kind of works is, there's another gentleman talking. It kind of goes from city to city, and they do their commerce and drop down in the cities, and then whoever would like to get on comes on, and whoever would like to get off gets off. However, there is a price to pay on whether or not you get on or off, depending on where you're at and what you'd like to do in the city. For us, individuals, we're actually searching for certain individuals that could be anywhere, really. We're just trying to take a momentary, like, this is our best way of traveling with, our company, and a nice company among the people here.
Oh, interesting. I've only been on the ship for a week. I'm headed to Atlas, and that's gonna be my destination. I'll be getting off there.
Ah, the Citadel, yes. Very good place, very good place. What is your business there, if you don't mind me asking or inquiring about that?
Oh no, I'm actually going to meet my sister there.
Your sister?
Haven't seen her for a while, so it should be interesting.
We'll do give her our regards. Is there,
What were your names again? I'm sorry.
Yes. My name is Jew.
Jew?
Jew.
Okay.
His name is Joe. And his name is John.
Interesting. Are you all brothers, relatives?
You could say that, yes. And they all kind of look at each other and they say, yeah. Like, the third one actually doesn't really talk, he's just more of like nodding.
Okay. Okay. I happened to notice that I didn't recognize your symbol or your robes, and I was just wondering, are you clerics or are you paladins, or I'm just interested.
Yes, our emblem is one of the divine, I guess you could say. Not really known, and we're hoping to make him known. Yes.
Oh, interesting. You're hoping to make him know, like, what's his name?
Keela.
Keela. Never heard of that before. Does that ring a bell to me at all?
No, you've
check.
never heard
Never,
any
not even, no
Keela.
idea.
You're just like, I have no idea what god that is.
Gonna be okay. All right. Well, is it okay if I just stay over here and hang out with you guys for a little bit? I don't know too many people.
Yes.
Or am I intruding in any sort of way?
Well, we actually were discussing some quite important information based on the next city that we're going to go to. If you would appreciate it, we'd like to be alone for quite some time.
Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you guys. Enjoy the party. Maybe I'll see you around.
Very well. You have a very good day. That's right.
You too. Jew?
Jim. Yes.
Jim.
That is my name.
Nice to meet you.
And please, give your sister my regards.
I shall. And then, I don't know. When I.
If you would, apologize as you're, like, getting up and starting to leave. He's like, if you ever get back on the Skyhaven ship, could you please bring me back some jewelry? I would wish. I know you could probably get some. And he puts it back.
If I get back on the Skyhaven? Isn't that what we're on?
He's insinuating the fact that you're going to get off in the city. And
Okay.
then if you get back on, you
Okay.
can bring in jewelry.
I wasn't sure if you were saying that since I like walked off far away that I was somewhere completely else and
No.
didn't realize it. Okay. Okay.
You just walk off the ship.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know, like, you know, they're like these
Jewel,
weird
got
divine
it.
people, like, I'm
There's
not supposed to
1,000
see
feet
them, so
actually
I'm
that
like,
dice
can I,
roll?
like, walk in some weird dimension
You wanna
and not
start with
realize?
official before
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a mental note of what these guys look like and their emblem, because I feel like that's some research I would do on my own to kind of look into, like, who they are, just 'cause I'm curious.
Okay.
So, I definitely think that's interesting that he would say that I would know to get jewelry because that's what my family does. They're very wealthy, powerful people, so that's definitely gonna be something that I'm gonna give them a look, like a look like.
Okay. And just so you know, in any conversation, if you feel like you want to try and find more information or if that person is being truthful, you can always make an insight check based on, like, whatever the case. You can
Hey,
say,
I'm a noob. That would have been helpful information during that conversation, okay? Like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. So.
you've done it before. It's a matter of moving forward. That's all it is. And you didn't have the majority of your party there to help you either. So,
Yeah.
and it's okay. It's just what happens.
I don't think I would be much help right now, honestly.
I mean, I don't even recognize
I'm
you.
getting like
You're-
drunk. I'd be coming up and probably making it worse, honestly.
So Baltimore and Cass, you guys are in the midst, still just kind of taking in the environment. Everybody's laughing and enjoying their time. And you notice that Atreya went and talked to these individuals and are now on their way back.
So, can I make a perception check of the room to see if any of, like, kind of what Roderick was stating about, like, how there's a lot of court here and that, you know, we kind of have issues with them. Can I roll, like, a something to see if any of them are paying any attention to me?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a... Yeah, I'll say perception check. Go ahead.
So, 26.
26? Yeah, so as you're kind of looking around the room, you do notice that there is a substantial amount, probably like a 1 to 3 ratio. For every clergy of another god, there is cord. And you kind of pick out cord based on the insignia that it represents. And you definitely notice that there is a massive amount. And from what you can tell as of right now, nobody seems to be paying much attention to you directly, just more of like either watching over the party, them themselves are drinking and taking into actions of festivities.
Okay.
Do you think Rahoon really saw green crystals in the tree?
I mean, from what I know about Rahoon thus far, is that he is extremely honorable, and it's not an honorable thing to lie, especially to people who, to like us, who we fought together, nearly died numerous times together. I don't see a reason why. I don't see a reason why he would like deliberately lie to us about that.
It's my boy.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess I believe him. Like I said, I don't see any reason why he would have to lie to us.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little skeptical about the whole green crystal thing. I'm anxious to find something out about it or actually find one and see it for myself.
Oh, no, I totally agree with you. Like, I would really like to figure out whatever behind this, because if there's a green crystal and, you know, the reason that this thing is floating right now is because of the crystals, and we're still on the ship, and then something happens and then the ship falls, then we die.
Do you think the captain would know anything about it that she just wouldn't want to tell us?
I mean, I don't really know the captain that well to sit here and say what she is or is not comfortable with, or what if she'd be willing to sabotage her own boat or her own ship. But I mean, that would take a whole new meaning to captain goes down with the ship. So I don't know.
Are all the shops open?
No, the majority of them are all closed down as the merchant owners are out
Enjoying the
enjoying
party. Is there a bookstore?
From what you know, no. There's no bookstore what you know of.
I mean, is there any other place that I like? Is there any place on the ship that has books?
You don't know.
Do we have any sense of time right now?
No, not really. You know, based on your last encounter with the outside, it was raining, dark, lightning storm, and it was all happening. So I mean, you can gather that it's probably night as of right now, and everybody's kind of enjoying an evening's festivities.
So I just want to look over to some individual that's close by that looks relatively sober, and just, excuse me, do you happen to have time? Or know, like, what time it is right now?
So an individual, the lady, kind of turns around and she goes, "Oh, the time, I do believe, I think it's, quite possibly at 10 p.m.
10?
Maybe 11,
It must
but
be
10. I'd say 10 for sure. Yes, 10.
I think everybody here is about at that point.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, Cass, I'm actually going to go to my room for the night. I'm feeling pretty tired, like clearly doing a fake yawn type of thing. Trying to play it out.
I just kind of
yeah, I might go to my room, get some sleep.
Okay.
We're totally gonna meta
See you
game
later.
here. And when he's walking away, I'm just gonna be like, that's my dog.
But,
Well, I mean, I would say that you see him kind of walk. I mean, you could throw up your whatever.
But that's what I mean. I don't know that he said those nice things because I was over there.
But you could, I mean, in a sense, being drunk, you could be like a little drunk.
So I know they're closed, but when he gets up to go back to the room, I'm just gonna kind of walk around. I want to notice what other shops are there, like specifically what kinds there are.
Sure.
Just kind of peek in the windows, try and see if there's any. Since everybody's enjoying the party, I want to check out the ship and the floor and the shops and.
Okay. Go ahead and make 3 investigation checks.
I'm like gonna try to be super nosy and just like eavesdrop in different conversations and try to like get information. I'm gonna like act like I'm hanging
you also
out.
make 3 investigation checks.
Yeah, because
And if you're trying to be like performing about it, like just really just kind of like being stealth about it, go ahead and make a performance check too with it.
While I'm walking to the teleporter to leave, can I make a roll just to see
Yeah,
if
perception.
anybody stands out
I
to
think
me,
so.
like outside the captain, outside the Drazen, like somebody who may look
He told me investigation.
like
oh, that's right.
they're
Investigation.
just present at the party or at the festivities, but not there to enjoy them.
Sure. Go ahead, make an investigation check.
First one 9, second one 19, third one natural 1.
Natural 1.
Ooh,
Yep.
that just made it.
What was the last one you wanted me to
Second one was
roll?
a 19.
But it's
Give me
like,
something.
It's kind of like
Something.
school and the education system where like you can get A's all the way, but as soon as you get that one bad test, brings it down to a C.
Oh, stuff. That's
Alright,
good.
so you got a 19, 1, and 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 13. I beat y'all.
Baltimore, as you're just kind of looking around, you notice that the Cord seem to be more like not really enjoying the party, but some are. But for the most part, nobody really sticks out besides the merchants and owners of, what is happening over in the court.
Got it. Yeah, in that case, I'm just going to the teleporter as I walk through, go into my room, go to sleep.
Okay, so you go to sleep. Lindsay, or Atreya, I'm sorry. What were your rolls?
First one was 12, second one was 4, third one was 10. And those are all my investigation checks, and my stealth is just a 10.
So 4, 10,
12, 4, 10.
12, 4, 10. As you're going around, everybody seems great. They're having a good time. They're drinking ale. You hear about some nice golden ale that in the Citadel that's supposed to be like, oh my gosh. You hear some rumors of some building that's been happening, some construction that actually the Citadel seems to be undergoing, where the Citadel used to be one massive city, is now being broken up into 4 parts, starting to take each form. However, still working as one city, but starting to break down in more organized parts of the city.
Do I actually hear any of that kind of talk between the captain and anybody around that group of people that I'm sitting in the middle of?
No, they're specifically talking about Skyhaven. You start to get to know more of like the ships and well, actually, why don't you go ahead and make a Constitution check for me first. Actually, make 3.
Make 3 Constitution checks?
That's what we're just going to do. We're just going to do straight Constitution checks. As you're walking around, the first...
Like peeking in the windows,
The first point of interest that you start to go into is just a store that you kind of peek into. You notice that it has like tents, rope, basic items. You can tell that this may be a general store.
Okay.
Nothing really seems to stick out to you. The next one is a store that you know quite well. It's actually the magic store that is home and shop owner of Zalus. As you kind of go in and look through, you notice that everything seems dark. However, something does catch your eye. A faint light that kind of glows in the back that you can kind of assume is the room of Helia.
I want to investigate.
Okay.
I don't want to open the door, but I want to kind of
Make an investigation check. You
Put
notice
my-
that the door is locked.
Alright,
put
so
my
for
ear
my
against
first
it,
one,
listen.
for my first Constitution, I got a 20.
Dang it.
And then this is where we kind of go downhill a little bit.
Okay.
Next one is a 14,
Okay.
and then an 11.
So, 20, 14, 11?
Yeah.
So you're good. You beginning of the conversation, great,
Buzz.
no problem. You're buzzed. You and Ram are having a good time. You start to realize that the fleet of Skyhaven is actually about 12 ships. 12 ships that all kind of maintain each other's aerial track. And you know that based on that, some are at different altitudes, therefore they can cover much ground.
I was definitely on one that was much higher in the actual
You are on the main Skyhaven ship, which is actually in the middle of the fleet.
So the one that we're on isn't even the main ship.
No, you're on the main ship, but the main ship stays within the middle of the fleet.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So, and you start to realize, so you can hear like the different but lightning gatherings that they've been having, where they actually talk about like, how much lightning each ship can bring in, therefore to sell. You also hear about the different things that people are making. You also hear about the armor and weaponry. How they're trying to discuss this hail mail. But this hail mail can only be good in higher altitudes that have that colder weather.
Who do I hear talking about that hail man?
You hear,
I go straight to them when I...
you're within the,
Okay, cool, then...
you notice that it's 2 tieflings who look somewhat same.
2 tieflings?
Yep, after talking with them, you know that they're Vordon and Zordon. One holds the weaponry, one holds the armory. They all work together in the same place. And they've been discussing this hail mail, however, it cannot be forged. That's why it's kind of hard, because they have to take the hail, the natural essence of the crystallized air, and put it together and form it to be able to hold. But the issue is, when it gets down into lower temperatures, what do you do? As for it would either melt or otherwise stated. As the conversation goes on, you hear about Zalus. Zalus also talks about his daughter, what happened in the day, and kind of talks about that. He doesn't really talk about sales much. Just sales, sales could be better, things of that better. But you know that he is indeed part of the weapons store. You also hear another woman kind of shows up, and they're like, Nevaeh. And you kind of hear this conversation, and you can tell that she is the owner of another shop that you haven't been to, one that holds just general goods. And she's... I'm sorry, Nevaeh's Trade is the actual store name. Sorry, Sean is the gentleman that stepped up. Apologize, I got my notes mixed up. And Sean talks about that he's the general goods store. However, his demeanor looks defeated. Bags under his eyes. You can tell that his eyes are red and puffy, almost as if he's been teared up or crying. However, you don't really know, and he just immediately starts drinking, not really knowing what to do. And the captain, taking note of this, also asks, what exactly is going on with you? And as he kind of picks up his drink, he's just, it's nothing you need to worry about. And he starts drinking, as the captain gives him his space. At this point, at that 11, after still drinking, you are starting to go. And some of the last things that you hear before you completely go into that black darkness of just completely gone, you hear of a previous attack that happened years ago, and how the fleet stood up against this dragon. And you hear about the ships and the fleets that would go down and die or whatever, and the wizards that would constantly be bombarded. And the last couple words that you hear are talking about training high in the mountains, and then Dragon Rider. And that's where you kind of die out.
Cool.
What did you roll for your investigation?
A 1.
A 1?
Oh.
You see, it's just a light. Like, it looks like a very dim light that is coming from Helios River.
But you said it's green.
Something. No, I don't think it said it was green. I just said a light.
You did. You say green. I swear I wrote it down. You say green.
I'm positive I didn't say green, but...
Alright. You
But,
say green. Can I do...
but it's a faint light, and it looks more like a nightlight.
Okay.
You were just looking with your eyes.
Can
like
I
before,
do,
right?
like... What is it when you do, like... Oh, it's Arcana, isn't it? Like, can I sense if it's, like, magical light?
Arcana is something like you would have to actually like be in the vicinity of it.
Oh, so that would just be an investigation check then to see if... Okay. I kind of put my ear up to the door. Listen to it. Do I hear anything? Is it quiet?
Make a perception check.
Ain't doing you nothing.
No more ones.
Wasn't a 1.
It's a 2.
But I have a plus 9.
9. As you put your ear up to the door and you listen very quietly, trying to gather some sort of information from it, can't really hear anything.
Straining. Nothing.
Even with the straining of your ear it's against the door, you hear nothing.
It's kind of weird, but is it like warm or anything?
It's a door. It's room temperature. It's a nice wooden door.
Saying, you know, like
The carving
warm.
of it looks nice.
Okay. Okay. Do I notice anything else in the room? Just kind of inspect the room.
You notice that there's a variety of items along the shelves. One of which you gathered, most of them are magical, but have magical wards or enchantments on them that keep from being stolen, as Rahun has previously demonstrated. Other than that, nothing really catches your eye.
So is the light green? You said it was green. Is it
If
green?
you're looking definitively for the color of the
yes,
light,
I want to know what color the light is. I want to know if it's like natural light, like the kind of light. Like
I mean, you
fire
have to keep in
something
mind, you were
used?
looking from like across the room from the crack of the door.
I just mean, is it like a natural light, like this? That
White
you would
light,
light a room?
yellow
Yes,
light.
exactly.
Make an
White
investigation
light
check.
or green.
And I'm gonna say for
Is
these
there a
purposes,
huge-
for the extent of which it is and the amount of light that from what's around you, I'm gonna say
right
it's
next
with
to the
disadvantage.
door.
Disadvantage. Dang.
What does that mean? Roll twice.
So roll
Take
twice
the
and
lower.
take the smaller of the two.
10.
10. It looks like a natural light, but you can tell that there's a tint of some kind of color. You just can't make out.
It's totally green.
Totally great.
Okay, I just keep walking to the next shop.
Okay, so you keep walking to the next shop, rolling a 1 on that one. You don't see anything. Everything looks black inside.
Yeah, but what is it? What kind of store?
You know that there's the Armory of Weber Sky Protection, which is the
Okay.
name. You've been there before. And then the one that you come up is Nevaeh's Trade.
Wait, I thought that was the first one I went to.
No. Zalos is right. You went to the first one was Zalos, right?
I thought Delos was the magic one.
You went up to the first one. You saw that this one is a general store.
The first
and then,
one was?
Yeah, but then you came across, and then you see another Nevaeh's Trade.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Alright, well, I'm back at the party now. I was being nosy and just going from group to group trying to eavesdrop. So I'm just gonna go and try to hang out with people that I'm actually familiar with. So I'm gonna see if Zalos is still at the party. And if he's with the other merchants.
Zalos is still at the party.
Okay.
He's still with the other merchants, just enjoying the company.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over
You
and
see
sit.
you see Rahun just
Passed
doing
out.
exactly that. Randall is as well.
Okay.
But he's got like ale that just keeps pouring.
Okay, so I'm just gonna approach them and make conversation. Who got Rahun drunk? Who fed him the ale? Just to make conversation.
So Drazen kind of just looked over at him and he goes, "I believe himself," and he kind of chuckles as well.
So I'll talk with Drazen.
And he pulls out a marker, or they're with ink and quill. He's like,
He hands me.
looks to be a writing utensil of some sort, and then he kind of looks at you, looks at him, looks at you, looks at him.
I was about to write on. Is there something specific you want me to do with this, Drazen?
Oh, I cannot condone any individual actions. You can tell at this point he himself is buzzed.
Okay.
So he's also like they're having a good time.
Okay, so we're gonna flip a coin. So loser has to mark Rahun, and hopefully he doesn't wake up.
Very well.
So he's buzzed. So I'm gonna use a common joke. Heads I win, tails you lose, and see if he falls for that.
I don't think I can win in any of those scenarios.
Very well. So your coin of choosing.
Very well. He looks over at the captain. The captain hands over, and he goes, "Heads, you do it. Tails, I do it."
Okay. Deal.
Okay. He reveals the top, and it is indeed heads. As he
Okay.
cradles the coin and puts it in his pocket.
Okay. So, I'm going to look at Rahun and see how passed out he
You guys
is.
really think I'd be that mean? I put a double-sided coin?
Yes. Yes. I think the captain and whoever this is definitely have been working together long enough
Can't
to
say
be
I'd
like,
be surprised.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over there, and since he's dwarf, and I'm half elf and I know Elvish, I'm gonna write in Elvish, so he may or may not know what it is.
I won't, but
Do you
I'll know
know
it's Elvish and I'll hate it.
I know Elvish.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's one of my my language I'm proficient in. So I'm gonna walk over there and I'm going to as quietly and as gently and non-arousing as possible. I'm gonna look at him like what's exposed. These just have like just I don't know if he has.
He's got no armor on, so his chest, his dwarven hairs are there. His beard is nicely just aled. His eyes are just like.
At this point, I'm on the table, like hunched over, like.
Okay,
holding
so I'm
back,
gonna.
exposed.
I'm just gonna.
Your like chest is exposed along with your face.
Okay. I'm not gonna write his face or his chest. I'm just gonna write on his like arm or hand so that he can just see it in the morning. Like I'm not gonna be too mean.
Oh, no fun.
Um,
Put it on my forehead where I can't see it.
And I'm just gonna write I don't know, like I don't know something funny, like I don't know, like peaceful tree or something random like that, because it's
Peaceful
sleeping,
tree.
like snoring like a log, I don't know, something funny. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and he doesn't wake up, and
Okay, make a sleight of hand check, and you make a perception check with disadvantage.
hold on, sleight of hand. Okay. Okay, so
it wasn't a 1, but it was a 2.
9 plus 4, 13.
I got 6.
You're out. So you write, peaceful tree.
Peaceful tree.
In Dwarven and you.
Elvish. In
Oh,
Elvish.
Elvish. Sorry,
because
in Elvish.
I don't know if he knows it or he's gonna even understand what it is. Right?
I just commented
And
Dwarf.
Dwarven,
I
and
don't
you
know-
see
I don't know
Drazen
Elvish.
also looking over, and he's just kind of giggling to himself. And the captain is just like, she's just smiling. She's
Yeah.
just there, just enjoying her time.
Kind of ironic that I'm peaceful tree.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking just to, have fun, and I'm, pretty good at expert marksman, I would say. So, I want to see if anyone wants to play a drinking game, like a target practice, aiming, sort of. See if anyone's willing to.
Nobody seems to take you up on your offer.
Oh, okay.
However, at that point, Cass just come around the corner, and you notice that Cass has a bow too.
Oh, interesting. So this is definitely, it just is perfect that she comes around the corner because, I don't really know her very well. I don't know her skills, so this will be kind of my way to secretly test to see if she would be a skillful partner in a fun, atmosphere kind of way. But I definitely want to test her skills to see if she's someone that I would want to help me out. So, I'm gonna just say hi. Hey, Cass, how you doing?
You know what? Let's go
Shreya.
ahead and take a quick break right here, right
Okay.
before that conversation happens. I'm just gonna use the restroom, gather some stuff. I think I'm gonna take some allergy medicine just because I feel a little
sneezing.
sniffle coming on. But stay tuned with us. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. All right? Bye, guys. All right, welcome back. As we relieved ourselves and got back to Imcaf. So, well, where everybody is at, Baltimore is currently asleep back in his room. Rahun has fallen asleep as the festivities, drinking ale, as the two ladies of the group, Cass and Atreya, have finally reconvened and are looking to have some fun.
Atreya,
Hey, how are you doing, Cass?
good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Where did you head off to?
I just kind of walked around. I was curious what other kinds of shops were here on the ship, since the only one I'd really been in is that magic store.
Okay.
Well, and the armory. You like my new bow?
Yes, I do. Very nice. We were having some fun over here, and I was actually trying to see if anyone wanted to play a drinking game or, some sort of match. I have my crossbows and you have a longbow, and maybe we can have some sort of friendly competition, do some targets, or...
I'll take you up on that.
Okay, that sounds great. So I'll probably look to the captain, Rhea. Any suggestions where we should go, or?
Right here. And she kind of just like, put up an archery. And you see some tables kind of just fall over as people start to make way. And now this has become a full-fledged game as the festivities now gather around. And you see some people, and they say, what are to be the targets?
What are to be the targets? I don't know, we can, any extra fruit or rotten fruit that we can use or something?
There's a bunch of food everywhere.
Okay, so why don't we just use some of the stuff that we have around, maybe use some of the fruit, we'll use some of the fruit, different sizes.
So you see a bunch of apples start coming around.
Okay, so...
and you see one of them brings a chair and they kind of stick it down and they put the apple right on top. Where they put tables behind it, so they kind of stack some tables where if you miss, it would go into tables and people steer clear.
Okay. Yeah, because I think with my crossbows, I want to see where my accuracy is at. Sorry, I don't know where it's at. Do you know what yours is? Like how far you can go and how accurate you are?
I don't know about accurate, but
I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, mine is, my range is, it says 30 feet / 120 feet. So what does that mean again?
So at 30 feet you can shoot normally
Okay.
with no disadvantage. After 30 feet you have disadvantage up to 120 feet.
Okay, and then I can't even do anything past that. So, okay. So I guess we can set it up as...
Do you not know yours?
I only have the sharpshooter stuff, but I'm not trying to use that right now.
I'm pretty sure it's 60 to 120. But I think with sharpshooter you negate that anyway.
Okay, so I think we should do like 3 rounds. We can do 1 round of distance and accuracy. Obviously you have a long bow, so we'll have to find some sort of common distance and see how accurate we can be at that target. We can also have a moving one. We can have someone help volunteer,
Throw the apple in the air.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yours is 150 to 600.
And then I guess the last one could be hitting as many targets in a certain amount of time. Something like that. Or is that too much? Is that too much? It's a drinking game. So I don't know how much you've had to drink, Cass. I want to do all 3 because I honestly want to see what her skills are. So
You're free to do what you wish.
So are you up for the challenge, Cass?
I am.
Okay.
Excited to try this new bow out.
All right.
So the first
Is distance and accuracy. So we're gonna find a common distance and see how accurate each of us will be at that distance.
well, you're good up to 30 feet, or you can do disadvantage up to 120.
Okay. So then we can do.
Actually, your crossbow expert, I think, negates yours as well. Your crossbow fee, if I'm not mistaken.
Mine. What does it say that? Basically, my thing is that I don't need to reload, and then I have certain benefits for my attack, but it doesn't really say that I'm an expert in it. Because as far as where would I look for?
Oh no, you don't have it yet. No.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything yet. I just with yeah. I just have that no reloading thing, so
Yes. All right. No.
that's
All
my
right,
only
sorry.
advantage basically for that.
It'd be sharpshooter then. So go ahead.
Okay,
Alright.
so
It's up to you. You guys get to pick the range and whatnot.
so for your longbow, I mean, and I have a short range thing, so we could do. I guess in my
What's your
mind,
range?
30 feet, and then after that, I'm at disadvantage until 120 feet.
Maybe we should just do 30 then.
Just do 30 then? Okay. Because then neither of us would be at a disadvantage. 30 feet? Okay. We'll set something up at 30 feet.
Up to you. So you
I think
guys.
it makes it fair.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
guys set it up to 30 feet.
Yeah.
And you see an apple be placed, just one, on the chair in front of you. And they say, all right, are we doing one at a time or both at the same?
Let's just do both at the same time. You know, so we'll be side to side.
Pretty well. So should there be 2 apples?
Yes.
All right, so they set up 2 apples. They say, all right, on 3.
So I pull out. She hasn't.
I have,
You can literally just do this.
I just have it set up.
So you see her just kind of put her arms up like this.
I'll probably
Just
just
get
do
ready.
one.
Just what? Do a little Superman, like, I'm crumping.
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I pull an arrow out of my quiver. And it's set.
And you also notice that the arrow that she pulls out also has, like, a very interesting tip to it.
Okay. So, I'll ask her about that later. So, we're
Okay.
So I just kind of
Uh,
pull one out, put it in there, look
alright.
at her, real
Okay.
smile.
Ready? 1, 2, release! Both of you roll attacks.
Okay, roll attacks. Alright, so.
And
Oh,
then
that's
go
I kind of
ahead.
wish they had put the target like on
That's
my head or something.
Gosh dang it. Give me another die.
What'd you get? What'd you roll?
I'm a 7.
7?
2.
2? So, there's no way you can roll 2. You had your proficiencies and stuff.
I
Hold on, so what else do I
so
add?
you're doing
You're
an
7?
actual attack.
Oh,
So mine would
so.
be 7 then. Or add 7.
No, you would add 9. Because they're essentially doing an attack. It's just on
Yeah.
a target. Yeah.
11.
So where do
Yeah.
I look for mine?
I think yours is plus 10 if I'm not mistaken.
Plus 9.
It's plus 9?
Yeah. What's
This
your-
one plus.
Oh,
Wait,
attack
what
bonus
does that
plus
mean?
7.
What does that
That's
mean?
it. That's the name for it. They're
Yeah,
crossbow
so plus 7.
gauntlets of returning. So plus 7. So I have 14 then.
So 14 and 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So both of you both miss.
Oh man.
It's a fairly small apple.
We have been drinking. Well, I have been drinking at least. I can blame that. Okay, so I guess we'll just.
So you see someone go, is that it?
Hey, it's a new bow. Mine's a new bow.
Redraw!
Okay. So we'll go again. Set it up.
Oh, that'd be 1, 2, release! Okay, set.
Okay, so roll. Oh. 24.
Come on. 17.
17. So, both of yours hit. You hear it go into the apple. However, yours, it goes through the apple and hits into the table. However, you can tell that from where the apple was, it's just kind of dangling. Yours straight through the middle of the apple. Just nice solid hit.
Impressive.
Thank you. Not so bad yourself, Cass.
And you hear some roars. Ah! Cat! 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 Come on! And they're trying to cheer on an underdog, if you will.
Okay.
So and
Next round.
next round.
Yeah. So next round, we're gonna do targets like emotion, like basically pool.
So
kind of
like
thing.
tossing apples.
Tossing
Yeah.
apples, kind of.
All right.
Set up. So we'll probably do one at a time. So Cassie can go ahead and go first, I guess.
Alright.
Like,
I'm
all ready?
focusing really
So you
hard.
see one of the patrons kind of come over and he goes 1, 2.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, this way you just
Nice.
Yeah.
and it's such a nice crisp hit on that apple that like you hit it and it just goes like there's not even forward momentum. It just kind of goes up and then just makes it straight down into the like literally apple arrow straight out.
Hey.
And people,
There it is.
and the crowd goes crazy. And they're like, all right, settle down. Atreya,
Okay. All right.
1, 2.
All right. We'll see. All right. 15 plus 7. So I have 22.
22. You indeed hit it as it, and it just makes a curvature as it hits the other side. And they all kind of look around. All right. I believe Cass indeed won this one. Yes. And you hear it, yeah. And they're like, I do believe that is a draw. We will have one more to find out who is the winner. And you see some ale just thrown across right now at this point. And he looks at you. And what was the third?
We're gonna do, and I guess in a certain amount of time, we can say like 20, 30 seconds. How long do you think, Cass? How many they're gonna be throwing at the apples and seeing?
Let's just say like 10 for each of us.
Okay. 10
Does
seconds?
that make sense?
Yeah.
Like 10
Or
apples.
like
you mean?
10 apples.
Oh, okay.
Like thrown one after the other or something like
Okay,
that.
so 10 apples total, and then we have to see if we can get all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's
So
going first?
I guess I can go first this time since it went first last time.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So he steps up. All right. We're gonna do it in 2-second increments so that way you would be able to reload and whatnot.
Yeah, I have both mine. Okay, but no one knows, so I don't have to reload, so I'm good. I'm solid. So.
All right. So they go 1, 2, and then
So I'm just.
yeah. And this time for the first time, Cass, she's been hit with one. Also, she brings out a second one. She's like as go ahead and roll all 10.
All right. I'm gonna roll
Just to make
all
it
10.
to make
Okay.
it easier, just for the fact it's gonna be the DC's on this is gonna be 18. So whatever, if you roll 18 or higher, you hit it.
Okay. So first one, 10.
That's with your plus.
Oh no, plus 7.
Yeah.
17. Hold on. What do I? So I also got something with. I'll have to figure that out later. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, so 10
Okay.
plus 7 is I got 17.
So you missed the first one
Okay.
as the apple hits the ground.
Okay. 9 plus 7, so
Doesn't make it.
don't
You need
make that
11.
one.
You need 11 or higher.
15.
Second apple.
So third apple, I got 15 plus 7, so I got 22 on this
All right,
one.
you hit that one.
Okay, fourth one, 16 plus 7.
So you hit that one.
23.
That's you.
I can't do math. Okay, 8 plus 7 is 15, so.
You hit the
1,
third
2,
one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, Cody. You got that.
9 plus
me a
7
quick out.
is 16, so I don't hit that one.
But I thought you said it was over 18.
Yeah, over 18.
Yeah, so I don't, so that one I didn't get either. So
Okay.
12 plus 7
You have what? 4 more?
is 19. Yeah, I have 8, 9, 10. I have 3 more.
3 more?
So 4 plus 7 is just 11.
I said,
So,
yeah.
so 11 plus 7 is 18.
That works. That hits.
And then 4 plus
So you
11.
made 4 more.
So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I only got 4. 4 out of my 10.
All right.
Dang, that was not good at all.
So as they hit the ground,
4 out of 10.
you notice that only 4 apples really have a second there. You're just like, I thought it was better.
That's basically
And then
how
she kinda
I
looks
feel
at you
about
like,
myself.
So you're up as they kind of move the apples off to the side, and the others get ready. They're like, all right, same thing. 1, 2.
Here we go. So is it the same for me?
Same 18. Yep, same DC. One. No, just
No.
I'd be like, here, take some of mine.
Dang it.
What are the numbers? You're not saying anything.
The first one was 23.
Okay, so
The second one was a natural 1.
Okay.
9. 16. What's that, 20? 15. 16. Gosh dang it.
You're adding 9 to this, right? All these?
Yeah, you've been adding 9, you know?
No, I've been adding 7. I don't know.
So,
Let me go back and add 2 to all
Mine
of
was
them.
7, but
Let me go back and add a 2 to all of them. So I'm just gonna, I'll fix it in a second. I know, I don't know. I was thinking 7 because I saw that right there.
yeah, no, it's 9. I was like, I know hers is so much higher.
Okay.
So,
So
that one.
You
20
are
so-
allowed to do your sharpshooter if you wish. I mean, it does damage, so it doesn't really do your attack.
now,
2,
so 25.
that one hit it.
That
That
was
one hit it. That one's not on 2.
this one hit. 16, 17. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you got 5.
Saving me by 1.
So as she's each one with like almost like as she's pulling out of the mouth, it's almost like the same arrow, but each one has a different tip, and it's all the same metal, but it's not it's a metal that you've seen before, but not on an arrow, and it's just releasing, and you can tell like okay, she's at the same level as you, but then all of a sudden she starts hitting one after the other, as all the apples fall. She has one more than you. And the whole place is, God!
Good job.
So,
Also, that was a fun challenge.
Yeah, that was a good time. So interesting. I noticed that there's something, your bow and arrows. The tip, I don't recognize that metal. Like, what is that made of?
They're actually diamond tipped,
Diamond tip. I've
So
never
they're
heard of
sharp.
that before.
but they disappear upon landing, so I can't like just pick them up and spend diamonds.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Very cool.
But
Very
yes, my
interesting.
quiver is magical, so it only really, it's kind of the one bow I reach, and it appears as I reach for it.
Very
you
nice.
also know that it was a gift from your father.
It was a gift from my father.
So, how much do you know about your father? I remember. All right. So obviously we're not like in the middle.
Yeah.
At this
Everything's
point,
so kind of.
everything's-
You see some people that are like, oh my god, that was amazing, blah, 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 and they start talking, and then you hear some other people, they're like, oh, we're gonna have our own right over here, this, that, and the other. They're like, we're gonna use daggers, and like, some people are like, oh, shit.
When did we start?
Yeah. But you see like some other competitions start to break out as like people are now starting to like, have arm wrestling matches and dagger throwing stuff, and like, some other individuals are having fun. Make a perception check for me.
The way you say that. I think I have no help. So 12.
12. Yeah, as you're looking around, you notice that each one are breaking out, but you do notice that those same guys, they're still there, still talking.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Right. So it was a gift from your father, Cass. And you said that you were looking for him, right? And you're in search of him.
Yes. He disappeared a while ago. I've been on the search for him, but to be honest, I had absolutely no clue where he's been or what he's been up to until I received this letter from Rhea. Well, from my father, passed through Rhea. She seems to know who I am, but I have no recollection of how she knows my father or if I've been on the ship before.
Interesting.
So, have you been to the Citadel before?
Not this one. I haven't even. This is my first time traveling this way on the skyship before. You know, leaving my home and deciding to be a paladin and training in the temple. I've only been a few places. This is my first time actually getting further away, and I haven't seen my sister in many years, so I'm really interested to see why she needs my help and what state she's in. She's actually one of my 3 sisters. One passed away when I was really young, and then I have 2 younger sisters as well.
Do they live in the Citadel also?
No, they are from my hometown, miles and miles away. A small town. It's coming about. Family there is actually got a good name for themselves, so I'm interested to see what's going on with her. But so where did you get the gift of the bow and arrow? That's a really rare gift.
Well, the bow I just purchased at the armory shop. The quiver I've had for a while. I lost my original bow in that goblin fight.
Okay.
They took it when we all went into the goblin horde cave, so I no longer have that bow. But this one seems to be a nice new replacement.
It's done you just fine.
So I'm kind of curious to explore the Citadel also. I have a feeling that my dad has been there, or might be, and I'm curious to see if I can find any more clues as to his whereabouts. He seems like he doesn't want me to come find him, but I don't know if I can do that.
Well, I'm there searching for my sister and seeing what she needs as well. So if you'd like, maybe we can team up, help each other out, see what resources we can pull together, and maybe we can accomplish a lot more.
I think perhaps that might be the perfect way to look for both the answers we need.
I agree.
Of course, I'll have to see what my companions think about that.
Okay. That sounds fair. I have a lot to think about. I originally ran into 3 men with odd robes and odd emblems I've never recognized before. They say that they're part of some divine god named Keela, and I've never heard of that before. Have you heard of that name?
No, but I also don't have very much familiarity with deities. How vast is your knowledge concerning deities? Were you surprised that you haven't heard of that name before?
I'm just limited to the few deities concerning my god. So I wouldn't know. I'm gonna have to look up some more information on it.
Interesting. I think we should speak to Baltimore about that.
Okay.
He is
Sounds like a good
cleric.
idea. Because I remember Rhea talked about how if it was a green stone, that meant that it could be divine magic, or that the stone is corrupted. So these guys are wearing robes that have some sort of magic, some sort of cloaking power that makes them less obvious to surrounding people. So I think that we should keep an eye on them. If I see them, because they're on the opposite end, right? If we're in field, can she see them? Possibly if I try to point them out?
Yeah, you point them out, yeah. She sees them.
Okay, so I'm going to point them out to her. I think that we should keep an eye on them and be more aware of what they're doing.
Do you think they might have something to do with the green crystal?
I think it's a possibility. They said that their god isn't very known, and they want to make him more known. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I think I'm gonna go in for the night. I think I'm gonna head back to my room and get some rest. It's been a very, very interesting, very fun day. But I think I'm gonna head back to my room. So I'll see you later, Cass.
Alright. Have a good night, Trey.
You too.
Is Baltimore, are you still at the party? You left?
Bartram went back to his room, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Rahoon is asleep somewhere, though.
Oh, he was like right
I'm
off
like,
to the side.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you do know as a paladin, you have an ability called Lay on Hands that you can neutralize one poison or whatever the case may be. you can actually cure him of his alcoholism, of his drunken state. If you chose to do that.
No,
It's just-
yeah, no, I don't. I'm just, yeah.
It's just an
If
option if you two wish. Yeah.
No, that's his. I
is my
wrote
only
on him.
peaceful time
Okay,
that
I
I
wrote on
have.
him. I don't want him waking up anytime soon.
So is everybody gone? I mean, he's passed out. They went back to their room.
Everybody's up?
Before, I want to just look at the people she pointed out. Not approach them or anything, but just get a good mental picture of what I notice about them, so that I can help her describe them, I guess, to Baltimore and everyone there.
Okay, and at this point, you notice that some of the people are actually starting to disperse as the festivities have gone on for quite some time now.
Okay.
You notice that some of the shopkeepers actually start going back into their room, and you see Zalis also start going back to his room as well.
Okay. So I'm just gonna call it a night also, and make my way back down to the room and kind of bring some bread for Corvus and check on him.
Okay. Corvus, as you're kind of looking around, you actually notice that he's been in the Temple District. He's been in this area. And he's been flying around. So he actually comes down and he swoops down, whoo, and he lands down on your shoulder. And he also starts nibbling at the bread that you feed him and stuff as you walk to the teleporter. You guys both walk to the teleporter. You guys retire for your rooms for the night as you let the darkness of sleep take you. Rahun, you also find yourself you become awake through like some of the people that come in. Hey, we gotta get going. You know, we can't sleep here. It's one of the rules. And you in your drunken state, so it helps you out. You come to find out his name's Devin. If you would like to write it down, he's just another nice patron that kind of helps you out. And you guys laugh. You're just drunk out of your mind as he's just trying to get you, and you guys get over and. So he carries you over to the cabin room, and you see the tree and everything. And he's like, all right, so which one of these is your room? So he's like, just keep your hand up, as he's like helping you walk.
Thanks, man. You're really nice.
No problem. Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage.
A natural 20 and then a 2.
A 2. So you
6
just
altogether.
He's heading over to your room, and he's like, "Okay, is this it?" It's not. Yeah, this is the door.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So he's like, "All right." So he opens it up, helps you get inside. He lays you down. And he's like, "Is there anything else you need?"
Put my hand up to his face. I'm good, thanks. Just kind of smack him a little bit.
So he kind of laughs a little bit, and then he goes over. He closes the door behind you. You guys come awake as you guys feel well rested. You guys get your 8 hours. If you guys want to switch your spells out, do anything, you guys fill up hit
Devin, you
points.
said, right?
So,
Yeah.
well, I went to sleep like an hour before them, right?
A couple hours before them.
Yeah, so as soon as I wake up, I put on all my stuff, bathe, whatever I need to do, and I head right up to the main deck and wait for Roger.
As you guys go up to the main deck, Roderick's already there. He's waiting for you. He's actually over by the head of the ship, just kind of enjoying everything, looking down over.
So I walk right over to him.
And he goes, all right. I guess we'll just do the basics. Here's a sword. Or do you have a sword?
I show him my warhammer.
And he grabs your warhammer. He looks at it, or he asks if he can say, "May I please see the warhammer?" I apologize.
So I hand it towards him.
So he looks at it. There's a cleric weapon. He checks it over the side. And then he pulls out
Baltimore's face.
he pulls out a sword and he hands it to you. He's like, "This is what you can use. If you find something else better that you feel, no hammer though."
I just bought that.
I hope you paid pretty cheaply because that thing sucked.
So I take his sword.
Um,
Start to die inside.
I'm starting to die inside.
As you, so he begins to teach you the stance, how to move, how to use the sword properly as an extension of your arm. And you guys continue to practice sword play in the beginning. For those that would like to wake up.
Yeah, so I wake up and I assume I don't really remember me getting to my room. So I'll just kind of immediately check my stuff.
Everything's there.
Everything's there.
Yep.
My new axe is there and stuff too.
Yep.
Brings up a good point. I still don't really know much about this axe, and you said that it seems to have a magical property to it, or it can become magical.
Based on your inspection on prior, you know that this is a regular hammer, but it looks to be like this is the type of material that would be used to enchant the hammer.
Okay, but it's not enchanted currently.
Or the axe, I'm sorry, yeah.
So it's not
Based on what you can gather, you don't really know any arcana stuff. So based on what it looks like it's not magical, but you know that this is actually something that I would use to enchant it. Or give to somebody to enchant.
I got you. Then immediately gonna head over to the magic shop, dude, that we helped the daughter
Okay.
with. See if he can't help us out.
Okay.
So I'll go to the teleporter, and it's Quintium Market? Marquette? Quintium Marquette?
Sure. So you teleport up. What do you guys do?
Oh, I'm just gonna wake up and head down to
Excuse me.
where the food is. So that's probably Quintium Marcal, and I'm gonna go and get breakfast.
Alright.
See who's around.
I go to the market also. I want to go to the general store and see if there's any books in there.
Okay. So as you guys just teleport, you guys eventually see each other as you guys are walking around the market. What are you doing in the marketplace?
I'm going over to the magic keep dude.
Alright, so you go over to Zalis. He's there just kind of sitting on his chair. Oh, yes.
What's the name of his store, by the way?
The name of his
Look
store
up his sign.
is called Storm and Typhoon Alchemy.
Alright. No, that's not his spell. Whatever. I'll spell it out later. Okay, so I'll enter his store. And I see him behind the counter. And it's Zalos.
Oh, yeah.
Zalos. Ah, Zalos. Good morning.
Hello, Rahu. Seems like you're not drunk.
Unfortunately, yes. Want to apologize first off for how I acted the first time we met.
Okay, very
I
well.
was in some distress myself. I just recently lost a friend of mine right before meeting you, so I apologize for my lack of emotion or caring towards the situation that happened.
Appreciate it.
With that, I was wondering if you can do something for me. I've acquired a new axe, and it looks to possibly be something that could be enchanted, or it might already be enchanted. And I was wondering if maybe you can identify it, or maybe give me some of your arcane knowledge.
Sure. So he takes the axe, looks at it for a minute. No, seems to be a regular axe.
Just a regular axe? Does it look possible to be enchanted in some fashion? Can we do something like that?
Oh, we could probably enchant something on it, yeah.
Do you
However,
know how
it
to
takes
do anything?
time and some materials, but yes.
Okay, well, could you possibly be able to do something?
What would you like it to do?
I don't know. I guess perhaps I need to take some time to think about that.
Very well. You let me know?
I will. Thank you.
Very well.
I'll go ahead and I'll just leave the store at that point.
Okay. As you're grabbing food, you just kind of see Rahul come out of the magic store. The alchemy store. And Cass, as you look in the general store, you notice that there's not really much books. I mean, if there are books, it's nothing of any knowledge, anything that you would really take into consideration. It's more like fictional stories or whoever.
I'm walking past Rahun, or he's coming out of the store and I'm seeing him, you said? Yeah. Okay. Hey Rahun, how are you feeling today?
A little hungover, but I'm alright. How about you?
I'm doing pretty fine. I didn't drink too much last night. I'm gonna actually head down.
That sucks.
I'm gonna head down and grab some breakfast. What are you up to today?
And Rahun, as you kind of like walked around in the morning, you actually have heard bits and pieces about an archery duel that happened last night between Cass and Atreya.
Oh, nothing. I was coming to see if I can't find more information about this axe. I might just go sell it though, honestly. So I might head over to the armory or weapon store, the Sky Protection.
Okay, nice. Well, I'll probably see you around. I'm just gonna go get some breakfast. Late start.
Actually, can I accompany you to get some breakfast? I'm pretty hungry and I actually don't have any money.
That's fine. I'll take care of you. Right? Let's head down that way.
I knew you were good
Freeloader, dude.
I knew you were good people.
I don't think he's bought one thing in this.
I had money and I immediately lost it, and now I'm like, fuck.
So Cass, what would you like to do as you're walking around? You notice that any of the books are not really of any use to you.
Okay, so I walk out of there and go by the magic store. I don't want to get Salus's attention, or like, I just kind of want to peek at the door and see if there's still like light.
Okay, so as you walk in, you just kind of browse around. He sees you, and he's just like, oh, yeah, feel free to browse around. You take a look at the door. There's no light. There's no light in front of it.
Okay, so on my way out, I'm just kind of like, how's Helia?
Oh, she's very well.
Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Glad that she's feeling better.
Is there something I can do for you?
No, just looking around.
Okay.
Actually, is there any place where there might be any books on this ship?
If there are, it would be in the temple, but the temple really has more like religious books, not necessarily like anything else.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And so I walk out and try and find Baltimore or Atreya.
Okay. You see Atreya and Rahun, they're actually grabbing some breakfast.
So I'll grab some food and join them.
Okay. Baltimore, as you guys are just constantly doing sword work for the majority of the morning until finally he's like, all right, we'll take a break. Go eat.
May I accompany you?
Nah, I'd rather be alone.
What time would you like to meet back up?
Late tonight. Let's say when the moon is highest in the sky.
What the hell is that? Midnight?
Essentially.
Okay. Very well. I will. What time is it right now?
Morning. Till like 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
So how long have we been training for?
About 4 or 5 hours.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I say very well. I'll make sure that I'm rested well enough to continue training. And I take my leave, and I guess I'll go down to the market area or merchant district and go get some food as well.
Sure. And you also see that the trio, you guys are all sitting together. Feel free to engage in conversation.
Yeah, when Cass walks up, I'm like, Cass, and I give her a high five, and I'm like, I heard you were the champion last night. Good work. Atreya, I heard you did very well yourself, but you still lost.
Yeah.
So.
I don't mind losing to Cash. She did a great job. Can't win them all.
That is right.
Atreya, I saw Zalos this morning, and he said that there were books in the temple. that are about religious things. It wouldn't answer any questions about the crystals, but maybe it would give us some answers about the people we saw.
Yes, I think that's a
I
great
think it
idea.
might be a good place to look.
Yeah, I agree. Have you ever heard of Rahun Kila, the sort of divine god? Does that name sound familiar to you at all?
Can I make a religion check, I guess?
Sure.
Someone's gotta know something.
I doubt it. I doubt I do. Natural 1. Yeah, I definitely don't know nothing.
You think
One
it's a
of
past
yours.
girlfriend of yours.
Does she have like, were they like,
Past girlfriend?
red
What?
hair? Red hair? No, I don't think I know.
Okay.
As you guys continue with the conversation, you notice that Baltimore also comes in and he sees you. And you make eye contact with him as well.
Ah, Baltimore. Welcome. Where have you been? You're sweaty.
I was just up on the deck.
Oh, very well. Training and all. And I slide over a plate of food over to him. Come.
Thank you. I just start eating.
So, everybody have a good time last night? I did.
Yeah. Had a good time, met a few interesting people. Baltimore, actually. I met 3 gentlemen, all part of following a divine god named Kila. Have you ever heard of that name before?
Can I roll and see it?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Oh, okay. That wasn't expected. 18.
18. Thinking upon like your extensive research that you did based on like your growing up, you can't recall any Kila. Like actually, you're fairly quite certain that that's not even a god.
Well, I have never heard that name before. However, I won't state that it's not in existence because there's a lot that I actually am not very well aware of. I'm only aware of my deity most of all. But no, I'm sorry, I don't know that name at all.
And who is your deity?
He's not very many people know him, whatnot. It's a really long story.
At this point, you start to notice that Baltimore is starting to get a little fidgety.
Do we all see this?
Yeah. And you notice that he's.
No, I want to roll a performance check.
Go ahead.
What is my performance? That's a 17.
17. Go ahead and make insight checks, all 3 of you.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I better be able to roll
Ooh,
insight check.
natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah.
That's right! That's what I said! I can't believe.
21.
21.
Oh, and an insight check for me is actually a 19.
We're
19.
on to you.
Well, actually,
All-
I have 23 because insight. Yeah, I got 3 extra points. I'm proficient, man.
All 3 of you notice that he is trying to put up this front.
Be awesome.
He's trying to like not really give off information, but his bodily attitudes, like his bodily functions, he is definitely holding back something, holding back information, stuff that he doesn't want to be let out.
Mhm.
He is definitely fidgeting
Okay.
and almost trying to navigate the conversation somewhere else.
So, noticing this, I'm just going to say, well, I was just telling Atreya that Zalos told me this morning that there's religious books in the temple. I thought maybe that would be of interest to you.
And I actually, I I noticed that the temple is for the god of Kord, who I know to be chaotic neutral, and he's a god of storms and strength. So I am a little bit familiar with him, and the deity and the people that follow him. So.
But you don't follow Kord.
No. I follow Belanus.
Do you know any history of this place? Because I overheard that a long time ago they fought like a dragon or something.
I only know I was only able to recognize the emblem a lot of the followers were wearing. I just know who he's to the god of the Temple of Kord. I really don't know much about him or what he does or their followers. I just know very little. But Belanus, my god, he's god of justice and the order and light. So we are at opposing sides with this temple.
So you're all like lawful and follow the rules and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, based on your information that you kind of gathered about Kord, you know that they are keeping the peace amongst the religions. Like they do not sway one way. They do not necessarily what is best, but they can go either way at any point.
Okay.
They're like a shade of gray.
Speaking of Xanlus, what's up with his daughter? Has anybody checked with her to see if...
Oh, I was actually there earlier. They seem to be doing all right.
I was also, Zayla said she was feeling better.
I actually want to try to talk with her later, because she's the only one besides you, Rahun, who has seen the green crystal. Okay, so I also don't know Rahun very well, so I want to bring up this topic to actually see if he seems weird about it, because I want to see if...
Very well.
So can I basically insight or something, or what would I roll for?
First, you want to bring up the conversation. That way, you can engage. He can engage that conversation. Then, based on what he says, you can insight him to see if he's lying, see if he's holding something back.
Okay.
Whatever.
Or if I'm telling you the complete truth.
Yeah, because that's what I miss with that other conversation, and I don't want to do that.
Oh,
again.
now I'm the guinea pig to test on. Okay,
Yeah,
I see how it is.
basically.
What
Sorry.
better way than your own party? Why
Right?
not?
Yeah.
Hey, does this spell hurt?
Oh, it's a spell I would do.
No.
Oh.
I'm making a joke.
Oh,
Like
okay.
somebody learned something new and cool, you just immediately test it on the barbarian because you can take damage.
No, figure of death. No.
Yeah. So Helia is the only one besides you, Rahun, who has seemed to see the green crystal, and since we're not getting any help from Rhea, I think she would be someone else that we should talk to and get more information. So what happened again that night when you saw the crystals?
Nothing. I was just chilling, hanging out with Corvus, you know, because he's like we're best buds and stuff. And he was just chilling on the tree, and I just kind of being curious and all, and just stuck my head inside the tree and noticed, hey, it was green. And that was weird to me. So.
Yeah, the whole inside of it was green, like all the crystals.
Not like all the crystals, but
Okay.
it was like slowly like creeping in on it and everything like that.
Okay.
Like it was slowly taking over.
Okay. So now can I roll?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check to see what specifically you're looking for. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking to see if he saw them or not. Like I just, I want to see if I think that he's.
So you want to see if
telling
he's telling the truth.
the truth. If he's telling the truth about that.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Insight check.
He was drunk.
Not at that time.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
Not at that time. I was.
Oh, so 18.
18?
So what is the vibe that I'm getting from?
I'm
Ryan?
totally telling the truth right now. I'm not lying about this.
Yeah.
He seems like he's telling the truth. He's being completely honest.
I just don't know you yet, man. Right? I'm trying to get to know you.
I feel you.
So you said Corvus was there too, and Corvus is your friend.
He's my bird.
Your bird, Cass. So you have some sort of connection with him, correct? Like you can talk with him and.
Sort of. He seems to understand me fine, but I don't really communicate per se with him.
Okay.
I mean, he listens to me, but
I'm sure if you asked Corvus if there was green light, he'd say, shake his head yes.
That would be.
I'd bet you 400 gold.
Like you have that.
I that's how sure I am. I don't need to have it because I just win it off of you.
That would be interesting to see what Corvus
I'm telling you,
reacts to.
there was a green light. Ask Corvus.
We believe you.
Okay, just saying.
So I think I'll go and talk to Helia later today. Maybe after we go to the temple, Cass.
I forgot to mention, I did go by there last night when everybody was enjoying the festivities, and there seemed to be some light flowing from her room. I couldn't get a sense of what kind it was, but it seemed that there might have been something other than just natural light.
So it seemed kind of strange to you.
A little.
Okay.
Well,
Might not be anything, just. I was just looking.
could we go to the general store first? There's a gentleman named Sean who was crying at a party, and it was weird, but I feel like we need to go check up on him.
I'll go with you.
We need to buy some things anyway, like
Yep.
you mentioned.
All right.
I don't like this feeling. I feel
So-
weird about a man crying in public.
So, as you guys tend to your food, you finish off your plates. You start heading in the general store's direction. I mean, the signs are clear. As you walk up to the door, you notice that there's a sign on it, and it says "closed." And then in fine print almost, it says "could be out of business."
Interesting.
Is there
Maybe that's what he was crying about.
maybe? Is there a window to look into?
Yeah.
I want to kind of like. Is it? Am I tall enough to even look into it? At my like 3 foot
Yeah, you
stature.
barely get there. You barely see inside. Like,
I'll go on my tippy toes.
yeah, you can
What do
look
I
inside.
see?
Everything looks dark.
Everything just looks dark.
Yeah, closed up.
I mean, does it look like there's anything inside still?
I mean, yeah, there's goods and stuff, but it's all locked up.
But for a place that seems to be going out of business, all the stuff's still inside of it, though.
Correct.
I'll be right back. Keep a lookout. Now I'm gonna go swing around back.
And there's no swing around back.
Oh, it's like connected to the wall.
Yeah.
I checked the door. Is it locked? It's actually locked. I break off the handle.
Take a strength check.
I'm gonna notice that he's trying to break off the handle, so I'm gonna look around to make sure. Is anybody watching us? Is there anybody
Now, keep in
nearby?
mind, you're supposed to be lawful good, right?
Yes.
So he's technically breaking the law.
Yeah, so that's why I'm looking around to see who's around. Are there like a lot of people or watching us and watching the whole situation?
All right.
No, I'm
20.
asking. No, yeah, is there people around? I'm asking in general.
Oh, you're just asking in general? I mean, yeah, there's people all over the place.
People looking. So,
I died 20.
All right.
Yeah.
So you go. You hear it, and
I'm not gonna go in.
yeah, you see a couple people. They immediately turn your way. They're like, "What the heck just happened?" And they see you standing in front of the door. They don't see the door handle, but they see you standing in front of the door.
Okay. So I'm standing in front of the door. I'm not looking in or looking around.
Sure.
Opening the door. I'm just kind of like looking at the sign. You know, just kind of reading
What
it
are
and
you
everything like that.
doing, Ryan?
Shh. I'm just looking at the sign. Wait until those people walk away. Do they eventually walk away?
So as you're like staring at the door, like or looking at the sign,
I'm just
broken door handle in front of you. Everyone is got this anxiety build up as there's a good 4 or 5 people all looking in your direction. Definitely looking as if something is up. But we'll stop there for today.
Cool.
So we'll go ahead and pick it up next week. I think actually everything went great, so I will have this up here in the next 24 hours or so. We appreciate you guys sticking by. I think we had a couple good viewers that kind of stuck with us, from what I understand. Definitely we'll try and look at the stream a little bit more and see if there's things that we can modify. We appreciate you guys. If you guys just want to like us on Facebook, like us on Twitch, all that good stuff, follow us. We appreciate you guys staying tuned, and we'll see you next week here on Epic Interaction. Bye, guys. You guys can say bye, you know.
Bye. I waved. I smiled.
God, they're your people too.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later.